family here, and I'd urge you to just keep reading. They predicted that over 300 million jobs worldwide would be significantly affected by artificial intelligence. No one knows the speed at which this stuff will be adopted or how pervasive it will be. I think everyone's convinced that this is very significant. It's a game changer. One way to frame the whole discussion of AI is something that's going to reduce the number of jobs out there, or it's going to increase the productivity of everybody that's left. Those who are still in the workforce will be using AI, and that'll enable them to do more than they could have done before. So it's either employment reducing or productivity increasing, or both. And there's a sense in which AI is just a continuing extension and evolution of automation. But we can think about artificial intelligence as this umbrella, and it has huge potential, as I've said. And it's either automating tasks that already exist, or it's augmenting what people can do in various settings. And so in the end, it enhances the intelligence and performance of human beings. Is this like a person? Does a machine that carries out these tasks, does it have empathy? Is it ethical? Can the machines take over the world? That's at the extreme. And the honest answer to that is no one knows. The people who have been the leaders in developing artificial intelligence, partly because they don't understand exactly how it all works internally, and partly because of what they've seen it do, are worried and think that we're going to need guardrails, and God forbid the government involved. But there's no question that the government and governments around the world are going to need to be involved. How we get from where we are to them helping to develop guardrails is a big question mark for the future. And young people are going to help us solve this. Generative AI. But think of the word generative. It means it's creating something, okay? And generative AI, such as ChatGPT, that's probably something you've heard about, ChatGPT. It was developed by OpenAI, which is 49% owned by Microsoft. Who are the big players in this world? You'd guess them. It's Google, Apple, Microsoft, Oracle, IBM, etc. You know, the major technology companies are the big players. Okay, and so generative AI is used to create new content, including audio, code, images, text, etc. ChatGPT was developed and published 1 year ago, November of 2022. You can go online and get a ChatGPT account. How many have done that? It's like maybe 7 or 8. They have a free version. It's sort of like Zoom. There's a free version, you know. So ChatGPT, and if you don't do anything else as a result of coming here today, go online, get an account, and fool around with it. That's where you'll really learn something. You can read a lot of stuff, but when you roll up your sleeves and you try to do something, that's where you'll kind of understand what's going on, I think. At least that'd be my suggestion. So ChatGPT. Okay, what's it stand for? No one will remember this. Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It's like this robot inside this program, and it employs algorithms to generate responses to prompts. The prompts are the questions or the commands you give these programs. ChatGPT can beat any one of us in this room in a game of chess. It can write an essay for admission to Harvard next year. It can pass the bar exam. and it can score highly on SATs, LSATs, and MCATs, the medical tests, right now. One of the best hopes for artificial intelligence going forward is that it will boost productivity growth. And the best estimates are that by 2030, that's not that far away, by 2030, AI will boost annual productivity by at least 0.5%. That's a lot. And that tells you how big the changes are that are on the horizon. The history of the United States is that productivity growth has been important. It had slowed some in the last decade, but AI is likely to give it a significant boost going forward. So that's a good thing. And so Amazon is so much bigger than any of us would have ever imagined 5 years ago. So imagine 5 years from now. That's the wisdom. It's a word I'll end with in a little while here. So how do we prepare for this world that could be painful for some that are going to be disrupted? Well, it won't be by adding a course in AI to some major or some elective scheme somewhere. You're going to have to inculcate AI into everything that's done. So that young people being trained, whether it's an undergraduate school or graduate school, are going to have to learn and then teach others how to embed and inculcate AI dimensions into everything they do. Will all jobs get eliminated? Of course not. Because humans are what, as far as we know right now, are what AI algorithms need to determine what it is they need to focus on. They aren't able to do that themselves. So that job, it doesn't seem, will ever be eliminated. But it does seem to me to point us in the direction of being nimble, having a sense of history, knowing what happened during technology, the evolution of that over the past 200 years, knowing when things went bad. Routine tasks will be increasingly accomplished by machines. That says to me the returns to education are going to get larger and larger. They've been large for the past 50 to 100 years. They're going to get larger. But the educational system has got to respond. And nothing short of a revolution there will produce the kinds of training that society and students and workers will need.